Alrighty. What's up, motherfuckers? Peter Gilmore here for a Thursday evening video right here on Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video all over the internet. But most importantly, tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this Thursday evening, excuse me, on this Thursday evening, July the 8th, 2021. Hope everybody had a good Thursday. It was kind of another hot day here in the Northeast, and we're about to get hit with that tropical storm later overnight tonight, which sucks. But it's only going to be for a little while, so probably overnight it's it's just going to be a mess, and into most of tomorrow morning. But we had some thunder boomers here earlier, and it's going to be like on and off rain for the rest of the night. And the temperature went down, so it's still, as always, hot as fucking here because I'm in here. That's why. But it is what it is. All right, that's that. All right, so let's get ready to rumble. Let's get wet, and let's get all that good shit out of the way. All right, so on this Thursday evening, I'm tired. I'm sorry, I'm tired as fuck. I'm hungry as fuck. I'm eating right now. See, I'm eating my early dinner. Got some chicken nuggets and some crackers. Cause I'm a nuggets and crackers kind of guy. That is what it is. But anyway, hope you're eating or whatever you're doing besides yourself. But it is what it is. But on this Thursday evening, July the 8th, 2021, on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel. Thank you all for watching. It is, I can't talk. I'm sorry. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time right now for your late and out-of-date AEW Dynamite review for July the 7th, 2021 from Miami, Florida. Oh, you thought I was going to say from Daly's place. No, not today. All right, so last night on Dynamite, they presented their first of 4 big shows for the month of July. We got Fyter Fest Night 1 next week, and we got Night 2 the week after that, and then we got Fight for the Fallen at the end of July, to end the month of July, and as we go into the month of August. But we'll see what happens with that. So last night was their first show away from Daly's place in Miami, Florida, with a capacity crowd, sold out crowd in Miami, South Beach, Miami, I should say. And for the first show in front of like more fans than they can get at Daly's place. Hit one out of the park last night, ladies and gentlemen. Very good show for Road Rager. And how was that? Pretty good show. We had a in-ring debut and a debut last night. Pretty, no pun intended, impactful debut from a guy. If you saw my reaction last Damn. If you saw my reaction last night to who debuted last night, you can watch that a video ago. And by the way, I called it. Yeah, and Nick, yeah, Nick's in the chat as always. He called it too. So, yeah. So, Nick, you called it as well. So, but I called it first. All right. Man, Nick says it was an amazing shoe last night, and that's it. Yes, it was an amazing show last night, and I'm gonna try to get through this fucking video without losing my voice. Something's in my throat. That's what she said. But last night in Miami for Road Rager was awesome. We had the in-ring debut of Andrade El Idolo. Like I said, we had the shocking debut of that guy named Tommy. Get to that in a little bit. But we had some good matches as AEW did a little bit of progression towards Fyter Fest. Got the matches already announced for night 1 and 2. And even Fight for the Fallen as our good buddy Kenny Omega will defend the AEW World Heavyweight title against, I'll tell you in a minute. And that's that. All right, so let's belch. Why not? But let's get to the review. Let's not waste any time because I'm kind of like, I'm out of it. I apologize, but it is what it is. All right, let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. All right, so we are live from Miami, Florida, at the James L. Miami, as all your commentary team of good old JR, Jim Ross, Tony Baloney, and a man that is called Excalibur. So it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for some wrestling and that good stuff. All right, so we get the pyro and everything. The fans are going nuts. Road Rager with our first matchup, South Beach strap match, pinning QT Marshall of the Nightmare Factory, taking on our good buddy. Came out in his best 4th of July gear, even though it's July 7th. Anyway, so he comes out with Arn Anderson as Marshall with Camarado, aka Captain Caveman, and Aaron Solo. So, and this was your traditional strap match, not like the strap matches you see in the WWE, which basically suck. But this was your traditional 4-corner version of the strap match. You had to hit all 4 corners in succession to win the match. That's basically what it is. All right, pretty towel, if you will. We had some blood, motherfuckers. Blood, yes. There's some blood, which is always nice in a strap match. So it begins with, QT Marshall's on the outside, and he's showboating with Aaron Solo, and Nick Khan mouthing off to the fans, and Turner's like, "Come on, let's get hooked up, let's go." And Cody's like, "Fuck this," and he hits a dive on right before the bell, beats him up a little bit, brings him back in, and Paul Turner hooks him up with the straps, and then Cody starts pulling on QT. He's in control for most of the match. He also who are based off in Miami, the UFC guys, Dan Lambert, Amanda Nunes, and that other guy. The other guy, yeah. I don't even know his name. I really don't give two shits. Nick will tell me, but I really don't care. I know who Amanda Nunes is, but the other guy, I really don't give two shits. And that's it. So Cody's in control. He gets a shot to the rib. Then it goes for a moonsault, which really didn't do much because it basically knocked the air out the air. He starts hitting the turnbuckles. Gets the 3, and then Aaron Solo broke it up. Getting his 2 cents in, and then we see Cody's brother Dustin Rhodes come out and starts beating him up. And then they go around the ringside area, then they go into the crowd, beating each other up. And then we see Nick Comoroto just standing there looking like, "Friend, I'm not going to help my buddy QT Marshall. We're going to go help my buddy." So he leaves. Now it's down to a one-on-one match, like it should have been. So Cody gets 3 buckles again, goes for the 4th one to get, but QT comes back with a German suplex. Ouch. They go to the outside, and they're around the ring post, and QT's trying to, he blocks it with his foot. Then he pulls on the strap, pulls QT into the turnbuckle head first. And having fun with the fans, the little kiddies and stuff. We see QT's busted wide open. Blood motherfuckers. That's that. They go back in, and and then Cody was about go back to hitting the turnbuckles, and then all of a sudden the lights go out, and the fans like, "Ooh, somebody's coming out! Somebody's coming out!" Then they just come back on, and Cody's like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then the announcers have to play it off like, "Oh, there's been storms in the Miami area." The fucking hurricane Miami. I had to play it off. "Oh, we have some technical difficulties all week." I think it was a precursor to me, to be honest with you, to you know who. But it is what it is. But Cody's face was like, "Huh?" Paul Turner's like, "I don't know." Anyway, so Cody goes back to slapping some more turnbuckles. Then he gets caught. Gets put on the top. To finally put him in charge. He starts whipping Cody with the strap. Then he ties the strap. It's a hanging diamond kata out of the corner. So he has Cody down. The turnbuckles for the 4th. and Cody cut him off, and it had to reset. Cody makes a comeback, whipping QT's behind. Then he sets up for the flying. He goes off the ropes, hits the cutter. Not like the Gilmore cutter, but the Cody cutter. Drops Marshall again. And gets pissed. He's like, "Fuck you, QT!" Kicks him right in the nuts. Make his night even worse. So he goes for the turnbuckles again. He gets 3 once again. He has the match just about won. Goes for the 4th one, but QT gets up and spits right in Cody's face. The lowest thing you can do to a man. But if you do it to a woman, it's okay. But it is what it is. So Cody gets pissed, kicks him right in the gut. Then he locks him in. He locks him in from behind. 3 consecutive crossroads. Lays out QT. Then he hits all 4 turnbuckles in succession to win the match. And that's it. So Cody gets the win. Obviously, he was going to get the win. That's it. The match was all right. Gave it 3.25 stars. It is what it is, and yeah, Cody gets the win. Good for him. So his started off good. Then he's to fade to black. There we go. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, let's move on from there. All right, so 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. And we'll move on. All right, then we get a recap, a rundown of what's to come. We have on the line between the Young Bucks against Pentagon, Zero, and Eddie Kingston in a street fight at the end of the show. We also going to hear from Kenny Omega. We also have a 6-man tag team match with FTR teaming up with Wardlow and having Tully at ringside as they take on the Inner Circle. Jake Hager, Lead the People, and Santana Ortiz with Conan at ringside. So a nice 6-man tag team match between the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle. Come Jericho and MJ in a face-to-face. See what happens with that. And much more on Road Rager. That's it. All right, so after that, we go to a segment from early in the day with the chairman of the board, chairman AEW, I shouldn't say the board, chairman of AEW, Spears, and we see what he did last week with Sammy and MJ Classic. Just a shitty ending, but still, it is what it is. So hit him with a chair, and then MJF just put his like limp arm around Sammy. 1, 2, 3, he wins. What do you do? So another win for the Pinnacle. It is what it is. All right, then we go to that to a pre-recorded segment from Mr. Spears saying that saying that he's like, but it was even better. He said he got Sammy, blah blah blah. It's kind of praising himself like, oh, Sammy. It's like every time you think he's like every time you think you one up me, you're always 2 steps behind. Something like that. So he's going like this, and then he goes like this. Something's coming, right? And then we see a chair come right and hits him right in the face. He gets knocked down. Obviously, it's Sammy. He comes in, picks up the chair, sits down on the chair, looking down at Shawn Spears, and he's like, "Gotcha, bitch. This is far from over." So it looks like we're gonna get Spears and Sammy Guevara sometime, if not next week. Like I said, I don't know most of the card for Nights of Fyter Fest and Fight for the Fallen. I only know a couple of matches, and that's it. I don't know if I can. I'll look it up. But I'll look it up. My phone's charging. I can't do it right now. All right, so we're gonna see Sammy Guevara go up against Shawn Spears, probably either on Fyter Fest or at Fight for the Fallen. But should be some good stuff, and hopefully Sammy kicks Shawn Spears' ass. But we'll see what happens with that, and we'll move on from there. All right, chat room's open, by the way, if you want to come in and shoot the shit. Talk about Dynamite. Talk about some other stuff that I'll talk about at the end of the show. But we'll see what happens with that. Got a couple of things I want to talk about, especially the Monday Night Raw rating. We'll get to that. In a minute. And hopefully, yeah, okay. Yeah. NXT and 8. So we'll get that. All right. I have a Rich Cracker on me. Huh. All right, that's it. So I gave that Sammy Guevara probably the next 3 weeks. That's it. Okay. Good. Very good. Get the news and the stuff, but my computer, as always, fucks up. So I'll have to take a moment to get the. Let me finish. Get my phone and then look up all the news. See if the NXT and AEW ratings came in. If not, then I'll probably talk about it over the weekend. Because I got really nothing to do this weekend. But it is what it is. All right. After that, we go back to the ring. We have hyped up the show a little bit. Like, we're in South, so then he's like, then he brings out the AEW World Heavyweight Champion with the Invisible Hand, Don Callis. We get the man, Kenny Triple H beard once again, circa like 2000 and something. They get in the ring, and Tony's about to talk, and then Don Callis like, "Shut up, Tony. Stand in the corner and be a Bahama Mama man," or whatever he said. It was kind of funny. And then fans start chanting, "You got fired! You got fired!" From Impact. So so Cal's like, "Real men don't quit. We get fired," or something like that. So he's like, "Oh yeah, I did get it. Okay." So anyway, Callis goes over Kenny's recent success, brings up brings up once again, he's left. He brings up Ray Phoenix, brings up Jungle in AEW. Should have brought up some guys from Impact too, but it's what it is. There's no challenge, and he said, "Well, that's a problem because Kenny's supposed to defend the belt at Fight for the Fallen on July the 28th. So, a challenger, and then he's like, Tony Khan's in panic mode. We gotta get somebody, even though they have a ranking system. It is what it is. So the fans start chanting, "We want Hangman, Hangman Adam Page, obviously the number one contender right now." So, all right. So Callis says, "Well, he'll tell the fans what they want. Well, and they all come out. Without Ty Conti, of course, and -1. I guess we're not gonna see -1 much anymore. Now that now that AEW is on the road, he's gonna be sitting by his mama. By his mom, not his mama, his mom, and just hang out with his little, with his other what's his name? Something like that. Won't see -1 at all. I mean, unless Tony and company decide to bring all of them on the road. I don't understand. I don't understand it, but I still think they're going to stay home in Florida. But we'll see. Because where AEW is going, they don't need roads. If you know what I mean. Now on the road, not Cody Rhodes or not Back to the Future roads, but for the foreseeable future. And they're going to be in Austin, Texas this Wednesday night on the program for Fyter Fest Night 1. And I think the week after that is in Garland, Texas, which is around the Dallas area. So that's going to be awesome. All right, so Dark Order, Evil Uno leading the charge. But Evil Uno gets in the ring while everybody just stands on the stage looking on. So Evil Uno's like, "Kenny, why are you scared of my friend?" Meaning Adam Page. So the fans start chanting, "Cowboy shit, cowboy shit." And goes on and on. Then he asks Uno a really dumb question. It's like, okay. He's like, "You want to play some trivia?" And Uno's like, "Okay, I'll play some trivia. What's the capital of Thailand?" Everybody knows that. And then what happens? Ding dong, right in the nuts by Kenny. Lays him out. And then Gallows and Anderson come out to make it like a 3-on-1. And Michael Nakazawa too. If you want to add that. And they take out the rest of the Dark Order. The music of Hangman Adam Page. He comes out in the head with the belt. So he cleans house on the, and Kenny's he's stumbling and bumbling around. He's about to Hangman Adam Page on the apron. He's getting ready for the buckshot lariat. He's loading up, and then they have an epic stare down, and then Page gets. Kenny's like, you want this, I remember I'll beat you once, I'll beat you. Kind of stuff like that. And then we have another run-in by Good Brothers, but it gets cut off. And Page was about to go right at Kenny, and then Kenny just escaped. Like Page was about to grab him, and he's like, let him leave. So Kenny escapes. And that's it. Looks like we might see Hangman Adam Page against Kenny for the belt earlier than we all thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a double in 2022. But like I said, basically no challengers right now for Mr. Kenny. And Hangman's doing so good, he's the #1 contender. I mean, he could afford someone, somebody like, I wouldn't give a shit. He could afford Cody, I think. I don't know. I really don't know what the top 5 is besides Adam Page, maybe Brian Cage, the FTW champion. But yeah, so it looks like we're gonna get this match early, and it could be at Fight for the Fallen. So we'll see what happens with that. And a lot of people saying if it does happen at Fight for the Fallen, we might get a screw job finish, and then at Out 3 in Chicago, we might get the title change, and Adam Page might win the world title he should have won 3 years ago at All In. It's All In. It's the fourth version of Out, but the third version of All Out. First version was All In, and then the 2019 was All Out, and then 2020 was All Out 2, which was Bayley's place. They couldn't go to Chicago. It's a fucking pandemic. And now this year, gonna be in Chicago. Like it's been for the past 3 out of 4 years, and that's that. So it looks like we're gonna get, Page Omega 1 at Fight for the Fallen, and then Page Omega 2 at All Out on September the 5th, which is right before Labor. So we'll see what happens with that. And in between that, Kenny's gonna he's fighting Sami Callihan next weekend at Slammiversary for the Impact title. And then he's got, waiting in the wings, Andrade for the AAA Mega Championship at AAA Mania, or whatever it's called. Yeah, so Kenny's, got some work to do. And, thankfully he's in good health now. He's getting some, weird type of a rehab stuff going on. But, because, AEW was kind of concerned, about Kenny's health and everything, but it looks like he's in perfect health right now. I think I might need that rehab that Kenny's getting. I mean, last night I was a mess. I was a mess last night. That's all I'm gonna say. I was a mess last night. Not like my hair, but just a mess last night, and that's it. And we'll see what happens with that. All right, so I gave yeah, okay, I'm looking at the wrong my notes wrong. So I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars, and we'll see what happens next week on Fyter Fest, as we'll hear from Hangman Adam Page and see what he has to say for himself. Like I said, maybe they're going to start planting the seeds for what's going to happen at Fight for the Fallen in that AEW World Title match. And like I said, probably be a screw job finish with the Elite involved, saving Kenny, losing the belt, or just a big cluster where the Elite and the Dark Order just beat the crap out of each other, and then Kenny somehow wins by chicanery. And then we'll see what happens with after that. Maybe a steel cage match or something like that. Excuse me. And that's it. So like I said, 3.5 out of 5 stars for that. And that's it. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Nick says next thing Tony Khan should do is to sign either Braun Strowman or Gunner. You mean Riker, right? They're not going to sign Strowman. I could see yes, because Mark Henry wants Strowman to be in AEW. So yeah, I can see Strowman being the next guy in. That's almost definite. That Braun Strowman signs to be All Elite. But as far as Gunner, I don't think they're gonna sign Gunner, Jackson Riker. If they sign anybody else, because Tony Khan says he has big surprises coming, and with Tommy and last night, and with these shows coming up, we could get surprises galore. We just don't know who. It could be Bryan Danielson. Who knows? That guy named CM Punk, which I doubt. I wouldn't be surprised, but I doubt it. I mean, those are really your top free agents right now. Strowman and Gunner. Well, not Gunner, sorry. Strowman, Danielson, Punk. But, expect the unexpected in AEW. And that's pretty much that. That's it. Murphy, we all remember Murphy, we all remember Murphy. He had a cryptic tweet which said 9/21/21 or something like that. I think it said 9/21/21 on it. So I think that's when his 90-day non-compete clause ends. And that's Tuesday. So that could mean he's coming back. He's coming back to WWE, but he's going to be in NXT. So who knows? Who knows with Murphy? But that's that. The man known as August Gray, well, he used to be known as August Gray, Anthony Green. He put up a video on Twitter, basically crossing out his old gimmicks, the retrosexual, August Gray. So now he's going to be known as the Alternative. And we don't know where he's going yet, but I would love to see him in Impact or Ring of Honor. Don't know if AEW would be a good fit for him unless they're going to just put him on Dark and Elevation or Rampage. And we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. But yeah, I do see Strowman coming soon. Pretty soon. And as far as the other people, who knows at this point? Who knows who could be next for AEW? Or as some people call it, WCW 2.0. Stupid. But it is what it is. And that's that. All right. Let's move along. All right. So after that whole segment with Hangman Adam Page and Kenny and the Good Brothers, Dark Order, we go to a segment from early in the day where we have good buddy Jim Ross. He sits down with Ethan Page and Darby Allin a week before their match, which is going to be at Fyter Fest Night 1, first ever coffin match. Not coughing match, coffin match, casket match, whatever you want to call it. So JR, he's there. He's like, guys, I'm kind of feeling kind of uneasy right now. So I was like, JR, do you have to use the bathroom? He's kind of disturbed and sad about the idea that these two guys are going to fight to injure the other's career, to end the other's career. And he's like, what are we dealing with here? And so Ethan Page, takes off his sunglasses. It's like, and say, this is not sad at all, but you should be sad. Blah blah blah. Then he starts bashing Darby. A little bit. Well, he was about to, I take that back. Takes off his sunglasses and he was about to, talk. And then Darby's like, hold on a second, son. So he talks about how his success made Adam Page jealous. He's like, I did everything in my first year, in my first year of wrestling that you did in your whole 12-year career. Or when you were, it was 12 years. I don't know what it is now, but blah, blah, blah. his success made Ethan Page jealous. He says that Ethan Page never left his hometown and was content being the big fish in a small pond. So Ethan's like, well, that's true, but he says he plucked Darby from obscurity, basically from Evolve, and taught him lessons in Evolve that brought him into AEW. He mentions that ever since that he was a kid, people have told him that he would be a star, and now he has to see Darby paint his face and get to be on Dynamite. And that's why he's going to take him out in the coffin match. And so that's that. Darby's like, he's like, yeah, we'll see about that, blah, blah, blah. And then JR is like, I got a really, really bad feeling about this. And then Ethan Page is like, well, you should. Because it's the first time we've seen this. Because they've done it in, I mean, we've seen coffin matches in Lucha Libre. We've seen it in Japan, even though they go ultra violent in Japan with those coffin matches. If you follow Hero's career, I think you know. The exploding coffin match, if you will. And they had one in remember WS World Society, WSX, when they had one, I think it was Vampiro against X-Pac. And X-Pac like hit a tombstone power driver into the exploding coffin. Oof. Can we get that? I doubt that, because Tony's not going to pay for an exploding coffin. Just be like, ooh, we're going to put him in and we're going to get a semi-explosion, like the Barbed Wire match. No, Tony Khan's, he has the money, he could do it, but when it's just going to be a brutal. And that's basically all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens next week on the program with the coffin match, Ethan Page and Darby Allin. And I will not be surprised if Scorpio Sky and the band called Sting is there. And we'll see what happens with all that. And that's all I got to say. All right. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. That's it. Oh, speaking of Tony Khan, and when I was talking about explosions and stuff, Tony Khan's actually said that he's open to having a second exploding barbed wire match. I wonder who could that one. Could Kenny be in it again? Or could it just be Moxley being in it again? Or could it be Darby? We don't know. But we'll see. We'll see when that time comes, and that's that. All right, let's move on from there. All right, then we go to our next match. We got the 6-man tag team match with the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle. Get back my notes. We got FTR, Taylor, and Dax Hardwood teaming up to take on Jake Hager, Ortiz, Tully, and Conan are in the corners. It was an okay match, nothing great. So with San hitting a pair of Amigo suplexes, something like that. I forgot how it goes. I can't do it. I'm sitting down. But anyway, so he gets 2 of the Amigos. Then he hits a German suplex to send Dax Hardwood into the corner. And then Ortiz comes in for a leg lariat. But then Waldo comes in and plants Ortiz with a good range powerbomb. Then back to Hardwood, who gets planted with a powerbomb, which allows the hot tag to Jake Hager, who comes in like a house of fire. As we go to break, then come back. Ortiz comes in. He cleans house. Then gets taken into the corner. we get a step up cannonball, which plants Cash Wheeler, but Wardlow makes a save on the pin attempt. Then get a little bit chaotic, and then settles down to Ortiz countering Dax Harwood's suplex into a bling buster, which allowed the hot tag once again to Jake Hager. He comes in, cleans house again. Then he puts on the Patriot lock or the ankle lock on Cash Wheeler. Wheeler's tapping, but referee see it as Harwood, Dax Harwood was legal, so he was tapping earlier. He's not the legal man, dude. So Hager kicked him in the face, and then Hager's like, "I want you, Wardlow," and wants him once again. And once again, the two behemoths go at it, back and forth, and then the rest of the Pinnacle come in, and well, not the rest of the Pinnacle. Not MJF, everybody. So FTR comes back in, and they pick up. They hit the big or the Shatter Machine, and they do 1, 2, 3 as Wardlow gets the pin at the 9-minute mark. So pretty decent match. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And once again, Pinnacle on the Inner Circle keeps going back and forth each week or each segment in this case. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And that's it. So like I said, 3 out of 5 stars for that, and we'll see what happens next in that feud, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, let's move on from there. So let me get there. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, so they get the win, and then afterwards, Conan comes in the ring, and he has a speedball, the Mad Ball. I wish he took a speedball, but it is what it is. Essay comes in the ring. He has a Mad Ball ready. Hits Wardlow in the back with the Mad Ball, but Wardlow, that don't affect me there, Essay. And Tully Blanchard comes in, chop blocks him, messes up his leg, kind of takes his leg out, and then Santino Ortiz come in for the save, and now that's it. So look like more Pinnacle Inner Circle stuff that will never end. But we'll see what happens with that as we move on. That's it. All right. After that, we get a video hyping next week's show. We got Machine Gun Carl Anderson of the Elite, part of the Good Brothers with Doc Gallows, of course. He's going to be taking on the IWGP United States Champion, a man who just had a baby with Renee Young. That man is known as Jon Moxley. All right, so Moxley defends the IWGP United States belt again. Last time we saw him defend that belt was against Yuji Nagata, and he beat Yuji Nagata at Daly's place, and that's it. So they show a little bit of the Bullet Club from Japan, basically Carl Anderson, beating up AJ Styles and stuff like that, and them winning the tag team belts and all the good stuff that the Bullet Club used to do back in the day. So yeah, so we're gonna get that, and Carl Anderson's he basically him and Gallows say like, beat up Jon Moxley, and then Anderson says, I'm gonna bring the IWGP United States title back to the Elite and defend it in Japan. But we'll see. I think there will be a title change next week because, like I said, Moxley just had his big, Renee had the baby, so I think he's gonna stay home and be with with Renee and his. So yeah, I can see Carl Anderson with help from Don Callis and maybe Doc Gallows. He wins the match, wins the IWGP United States title, and they go back to Japan and probably win the IWGP Tag Team belts. So they'll have most of the IWGP gold coming back to the States by the end of the summer, but we'll see. And that's it. All right. So after, kind of, yes, I know. We'll get there in a minute. All right, taking a little bit too much time, but it is what it is. I got enough time on stream right now. All right. Then we hear the music of MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He comes out, and we're gonna get ready for the showdown of face-to-face between himself and Chris Jericho. And this is actually a contract signing for their match, which I thought next week was supposed to happen at Firefest. I'll tell you what happens and everything like that. So MJF comes out, go to commercial. We come back, we see a big long table in the ring. And MJF's, he's out in the ring as Chris Jericho comes out, and everybody's singing Judas. I mean, like everybody, including the guy, the popcorn guy and the third. They're all singing along, having fun, of course. So they're about to sit down, and then we see Fan try, to get in the ring, but he gets taken out by security, and then I think it was like one security guard holding this big fat dude back, and then Jericho, hits him. He hits him with like a right hand. Then he goes outside the ring, starts hitting him again. Moron. Probably was a WWE mark. People, but people were saying it was a plant, meaning it was, staged and stuff. But maybe it was MJF trying to, cause some havoc and stuff like that. And that's it. So we'll see what happens. So he gets taken out, and then MJF's, he starts saying like, "If any one of you guys want to come in the ring and do that, I'll kick your ass." So yeah, just great, Max. Inside the fans. That's just great. Freaking idiot. So anyway, then they finally sit down at the long table. MJF starts talking about how everyone wants to get a rub off him. Yeah, I wonder what kind of rub that is. Not that I want to know what it is. So MJF makes the mistake of calling Chris Y2J. So he's bad mouth Jericho, and Jericho's like, I should have let the fat guy come in here and beat you up there, Max. And the fan's like, yeah. And then Jericho's like, I'll do whatever it takes to get a match with you. I was like, he like some ridiculous stuff. Then the line of the night, he's like, I'll do this, I'll do that. I'll run through hoops. I mean, I'll stand in front of a Mack truck. I'll clean your lawn, something like that. And then he says, I'll even have sex with your mama. And then MJF's kind of pissed, and then the fans are like, "Who's your daddy?" And so MJF says that, he talks about following Jericho's career. He mentions the feud between him and Jon Moxley and what it took for Moxley to get a match. I think that was I don't know if that was the WWE version of that feud or the AEW version of that. I think it was the AEW version of that feud, but it is what it is. So he mentions that, it was AEW. So you said Jericho had Jericho had Moxley face every member of the Inner Circle to get the shot, and he finally did, and he lost. Oh, he won actually. She's like he beat Jericho for the AEW title, as we all know. So he says Karma is a bitch, and she is. So MJF's like, okay, let's up the ante a little bit. Then he starts talking about his love for mythology. Oh, no, actually, I take that back. So he's like, okay, let's ante up this a little bit. Talks says, okay, Hercules, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna have the 5 labors of Jericho. No, so basically they're doing the same thing that Jericho did to Moxley, and MJF's doing to Jericho now. So Jericho's gonna have to fight every member of the Inner Circle one by one with their own stipulations. And if he beats them all, he gets a match with MJF, which will probably happen in August at this, or maybe by All Out. I don't know. So he says, if you get through, if you get through, FTR and Wardlow, and I guess and Shawn Spears, that you get the 5th match will be against me. Some ridiculous, insane stipulation that that thinks of, probably like a cage or something, or Jericho's like, well, if I can't beat you, then I shouldn't be in AEW anymore. So MJ's like, oh, really? So maybe that would be the final stipulation, that if Jericho doesn't beat MJF, he leaves AEW for good. Hearing and singing Judas every Wednesday night and on pay-per-view. So Jericho, he brings up his love of mythology. So he brings up the name Demogod, comes from demagogue. That's Latin for you stupid people at home. Even though Jericho isn't in the key demo anymore. Well, I think that's what Max said. Yeah, that's what Max said. I read too far ahead. So MJF, love the labors of Hercules. I think Jericho needs to, do the same. Like we're gonna have 4 matches. MJF picks the opponents. Basically, it's gonna be the Inner Circle. Not the Inner Circle. It's gonna be FTR, Wardlow, and Shawn Spears the next 4 weeks. And have certain stipulations in those. And if Jericho wins those 4 matches, he gets his match with MJF. So Jericho says he's ready for the challenge, so he can ruin MJF's life. So Jericho signs the contract, throws the contract right at MJF. But so MJF's like, well, we're not done yet, because where I come from, which is Plainview, Long Island, New York, it's probably shithole. What we do is, when we have a contract signing or we have something like that, we have to shake hands. So we say, shake my hand or the deal's off. So Jericho reluctantly shakes MJF's hand. So then he doesn't let go. He smiles at MJF, then he pulls him in, hits the Judas Effect elbow, laying him out. So that's it. So we'll see the first of these trials of labor, or the labors of Jericho, probably on Wednesday at Fyter Fest Night 1. Then probably have Night 2, and then Fight for the Phone be the 3rd trial, and then I would assume the 4th trial will be the first Dynamite of August, and then they'll set up the next couple weeks. They'll set up the match at All In 3 in Chicago with some type of stipulation, and we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, so that's what's probably going to happen. MJF versus Jericho at All Out 3, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, so I gave that segment 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we'll move on from there. All right, then we go to another segment from early in the day. Once again we have Tony Baloney, we have the AEW Women's Champion and Adam Cole's sexy bride, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD baby. Next to him, and also the injured Reba, who had her kneecap blow up. Fucked her leg up in that tag match last week with Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero. So she's on her like a I don't know what she was wearing, like a cane or a crutch or something like that. Look like a ridiculous looking crutch. So Britt starts ranting about being around the most dangerous woman, Nyla Rose. She brings up, Reba, her knee exploded, and blah blah blah. And then Britt blames Tony Khan for basically everything. Is this what you want? Is this what you want, Tony? Is this how you how you want? You got all the money so you can bring in Andrade. Blah blah blah. So kind of a little diss at Tony. That was kind of weird, but okay. So yeah, he's like really grilling Tony Khan. He's like, oh, you got all this money, you can bring in Andrade. And he's like, oh, how about next week? Next week, Dynamite runs to Saudi Arabia. Ooh, nice little to WWE, because they're going back to Saudi Arabia in November for, I think, Crown. Nobody cares. Anyway, so kind of a dig to WWE, another dig to WWE. I know AEW needs to stop doing that. Just be your own company. You don't have to take a shot every week. You're doing great in the ratings. You don't need to do that shit. Okay, that's all I gotta say about that. So anyway, she gives that dig and everything. Then she says she on night 2 of Fyter Fest in Dallas, she's ready to take out Nyla and retain the AEW Women's Champion. And then she talks about, Big D, Dallas is Big D, everything's big in Texas, especially the boobies. But so Britt says she's gonna come to Dallas and they're gonna rename, they're gonna come to town and it's gonna get renamed the Big DMD baby. So we'll see what happens in 2 for the AEW Women's title between Nyla Rose and Britt Baker. I think Britt's gonna win. That makes no sense to give it back to Nyla right at this point. I mean, Britt just won it at Double or Nothing. It's basically her first defense of the title, so it makes no sense to just give her the title and then have her drop it right, at the next pay-per-view. But not even a pay-per-view, next event. Makes no sense. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens in 2 weeks with that. And we move on. All right, after that, we get the in-ring debut of our good buddy Andrade El Idolo, who came out wearing some. He looked like Toe with just a mask on. So he comes out with like a white suit, white pants, black mask. Comes out with Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me. Then comes out with some other guy. I have no idea who the hell that guy was. They didn't even mention his name. They just said, oh, he's out here with Vicky Guerrero and some other guy. Maybe it's his interpreter. I don't know. Maybe it's what's his name? Ricardo Rodriguez. And he's like, Alberto Del Rio. I heard Ricardo Rodriguez is back in Lucha Libre now. I could be wrong. I miss him saying that. I miss him more than his name. I miss him more than Armando Don't know what he's doing right now either. So. Who cares? So anyway, we get to Andrade's debut against Matt Sydal. Typical mini squash match. That's 7.5 minutes though. But still, kind of went back and forth. Andrade takes him down to start, hits the double moonsault fall. Sydal gets back up with a shot to the face, but gets knocked off the top for a crash and burn. We go to break, come back. Sydal scores with some space and rolls up Andrade for a near fall. Goes for the jumping knee and missed. And Andrade blasts him with a clothesline. Then Matt Sydal gets tied in the tree of whoa. Then he does the old Alberto Del Rio double stomp. He tries for it and he missed. Ouch. But Sydal comes off the top, meteor. But Andrade comes back, sends him into the corner for the shotgun knee. Then he takes poor jobber Matt Sydal and hits El Idolo, which is now the same move he hit, the hammerlock DDT. 1, 2, 3. Andrade gets the win. Obviously, he loses debut match. This ain't WWE. Remember when Keith Lee lost his debut match on Raw? Yeah. It is what it is. Speaking of Lee, quickly, the tweet day, it's I think it was the 1 year anniversary of him winning the NXT Championship and the North American Championship. So he made a tweet today saying, don't count me out. I'm not gonna quit, and I'll see you guys soon. Where I don't know. A lot of people saying AEW. I'm still thinking he's coming back to WWE to get ruined again. So, Tony Khan, he has the money, so can we see Keith Lee and Mia Yim in AEW? A surprise that nobody thought of except for this guy. I'd love to see him in AEW and just beat the living crap out of people. But then you got the marks and everything. You have the WWE marks like, everybody's leaving WWE and going to WCW 2.0. Everybody's going to AEW. He goes where he wants to go. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. So we'll see where Keith Lee goes pretty soon, hopefully, and that's that. All right, so Andrade wins his debut against Matt Sydal. Match gave 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Afterwards, he takes his belt off and then he wraps. He kind of hog ties Sydal's arms, and it just looked really nasty. And referee's trying to get him off. He's counting him. He's about to reverse the decision, and Andrade just breaks it. Doesn't break breaks the hold, whatever. And that's that. So we move on from there. All right, that's how much time we got. All right, we're doing pretty good. And we'll get to the chat in just a minute. I'll get to your comments, Nick, in a minute. That's that. All righty. So after that, we get a video of the match next week between Christian Cage, and good old Matt Hardy, 1-on-1. So basically, it's like saying they've always been in the same place. Hardy's accusing Christian of following him everywhere he goes. Match is 20 years in the making, and it's going to end next week. I don't think it's going to end next week. This is going to continue. Come on. Nothing ever ends. But it is what it is, and that's all I say about that. So, Matt Hardy, Christian Cage, 1-on-1, first time in AEW, and we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to go with Christian to win, but we'll see. But I do expect Hardy Family Order to come out to help Matt Hardy, Private Party's gonna come out, Butch and a Blade and a Bunny gonna come out, maybe TH2 comes out. But I would expect Christian to have some backup with him as well. Probably have we'll probably have like Orange Cassidy, Chris Statlander, maybe Chucky TV. They will find him with him, and then they'll have Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt come out to help him out, so make it even. So I'll probably end in a clusterfuck, but it is what it is. That's that. All right, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens next week with Hardy and Christian. That's that. All right, after that, we go to the ring with, I think, the segment of the night. Baloney again. He's in the ring with Cody, and basically hyping up his son, Rock Anderson, hyping up. He's like, I'm happy to be here in Miami. I'm happy to have my son and everything, blah, 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 blah. And then he's about to, continue on. And then the lights go out again. But this time, they come on, and then we see the man, Tommy End, Aleister Black, whatever you want to call him, Tommy End, Aleister Black. He comes in the ring. Everybody's going, holy shit, losing their lunch. I watched the replay, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, God damn, I love being right. And then you have, JD go on Twitter. He's like, this is great. This is great. JD, creaming in his pantalones. The Braves gotta win. Woo, the Braves are winning, yay! He just creamed his pants because Tommy End is all elite now. So the fans go nuts. The commentators don't even what they're stumbling and bubbling over their lines, and then Tommy hits Black Mass on Anderson, knocks him out, and then Cody Rhodes is like, dude, what are you doing here? And they have a big epic stare down, and then JR actually, JR is like, that's Tommy End. I was like, oh, now you say his name. Now you know his name. You're like, really? You got Excalibur next to you, the social media encyclopedia. Excalibur's like, oh my God, it's Tommy End. And then JR was like, Tommy End, I've never seen him before in my life. I thought that JR was gonna watch again. It's like, Aleister Black is in AEW. Thankfully, he didn't say that. But he was going to. But anyway, they're stumbling and bumbling and like, what the hell? And then Excalibur finally identifies him as Tommy End. Then he's like, but this is he's like, I fought him in Dusseldorf, Germany for some promotion 15 some odd years ago. Was something like that. And he's like, that's not the Tommy End I know. Or he says that's not Tommy End. And then Tommy hits Black Mass on Cody, lays him out, and then JR is like, Tommy End or whatever he's gonna be called in AEW. I'm like, what? Come on, you just ruined this. I'm like, you didn't even have to say much. I'm like, shut up. And then Excalibur was like, oh, his name is Malachi Black. Oh, really? Like, none of us didn't know that earlier in the day. If you follow his Instagram account and that video he had, where the devil made me do it. Great video, by the way. Great video where he kills all the doctors and stuff. That's kind of cool. You know, he's in a straitjacket and he was not in a straitjacket. I think he's like partially in a straitjacket. I think. Just watch the video on his Instagram. You know what I mean. And that's it. So that's it for that epic segment. I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars. That's all I got to say about that. And once again, I told you so. So, and Nick did too. I got to give Nick credit too. So me and Nick told you so. And that's it. All right. So like I said, 4.5 out of 5 stars. So looks like Tommy's first match in AEW will be against Cody Rhodes. Not the way I would have went, but you know, Cody's got to get in everything. Why not have Cody out as the Tommy end? Why not? But you know, if Cody beats Tommy End, then this freaking debut meant nothing. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I think Tommy's gonna destroy Cody, just lay him out with a black mask, and he's gonna continue on and do whatever he's gonna do in AEW. Teams up with Andrade. And Andrade, you know, reforms Los Ingobernables de Ebon. Well, not de Ebon. Los Ingobernables de Mexico, or whatever he's going to call it. Los Ingobernables de AEW. It'll be Andrade, Tommy End, and maybe 2 or 3 other people, which could be Charlotte Flair, Shinsuke Nakamura. I was gonna put Keith Lee in there, but I don't think he would fit in with that group. But you know, gonna be another faction coming to AEW. Not that they need more faction in the circle. We got the Elite, got Jurassic Express, we got the Best Friends. I mean, Hardy Family Order. I mean, you got like 7 or 8 factions in AEW. So like, yeah, it kind of feels like WCW back in the late 90s. You know, we got the NWO, we got the LWO, we got the NWO Wolfpack. You know, you had the different trios or groups running around. You know, the Filthy Animals. Who else? What name of that was it I forgot what, and I can Nick might have to help me on this one. The one with Evan Courageous and the other 2 guys, and Tank Abbott was their biggest fan. What was that? What was the name of that damn freaking group? I can't think of the name. It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. So it's Evan Courageous and 2 other guys. 3 count. Thank you. It came to me before you even wrote it, Nick. But thank you anyway. We're a 3 count. We're 3 sexy guys. Or something. I forgot how that theme went. But yeah, I mean, why not? And I forgot Team Taz too. So it's like, you're gonna have like 9, 10 factions in AEW, and you think that's overkill? So, but I think like they're gonna start like weaning out the factions, because some of them are probably gonna break up. I think Team Taz is just about broke up right now. So, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So we'll see what happens with Tommy End and where he goes in AEW. What's his next move? I can see Cody Rhodes coming out next week at Fyter Fest Night 1. Calls out Malachi. Should I even call him Malachi Black? Really? That's like his pastor name is Malachi Black. I'm just gonna call him Tommy End. Malachi Black just doesn't roll off the tongue. Malachi Black does not roll off the tongue in like Aleister Black would or Tommy End would. So I'm going to call him Tommy End. And you should too. And that's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens next week with Cody. Like I said, Cody's probably going to call out Tommy to the ring, and Tommy's going to whip his ass again. But then again, Cody could come out and get a little bit of revenge, and then maybe they'll set something up for Fyter Fest 2 or Fight for the Fallen. But I would have. I think it's like if they want to do Cody versus Tommy End, do that at All Out. Don't do it on a Dynamite or anything like that. You gotta do it on a big stage. That's what I think. But who am I to say? I'm not the booker, and I'm not in the boardroom with with the other EVPs, with the Bucks and Cody and Kenny and Tony Khan. It is what it is, but I would do that match at All Out. Just saying. And that's that. All right, so like I said, 4.5 out of 5 stars for Tommy End's debut in AEW, and that's it. And Vince is shaking in his boots right now. And just a shame that, his hot-ass wife, Zelina Vega, is just basically there to kiss up to Vince and eat catering. That's it. She's probably going to be, at Money in the Bank, and then I don't know what's going to happen after that. Is she going to stay on SmackDown, or is she going to get drafted to Monday Night Raw? And what is she going to do? What's the plan for her? They just brought her back, and then bye-bye again. You can go be with your husband. And then when she debuts, it's not going to happen like no pun intended, impact like Tommy had. Because Tommy should have came out like clean, did what he did to Cody and Arn, and then next thing you know, we see his hot as fuck wife Thea Trinidad come out. Behind, he goes up the ramp and he celebrates with the he's like and then we see Thea Trinidad come from behind and puts her arm around him. They have a big smooch fest. And then like Jarrett's like, oh my god, it's Thea Trinidad. Oh, he'll botch. It's like, oh, it's Zelina Vega. But, yeah. So yeah, so Zelina's gonna be there. Not gonna win. I mean, they messed up her re-debut. I mean, her comeback match. She loses to Liv Morgan. So just brought it back to get a fat L. And then Vince's like, go back to catering. Goodbye. And made her delete that unionization tweet. And now popped her Twitch channel. The power of Vince McMahon. It's fantastic. I think Zelina's going to regret re-signing with WWE. She's going to regret it. And she's going to want out. She can't get out. Unless Vince says, like, screw you. Goodbye. Or she says some weird stuff on Twitter again. Or on Twitch. She's like, fuck this company. Fuck Vince McMahon. It is what it is. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens next week with Tommy and Cody. That's it. I guess the 4.5 out of 5 stars. All right, then we see from another video from earlier in the day. Why I don't know why these vids were not on the during the show, because I guess they had to fill time and everything. So we get a video from earlier in the day. Just check my time. So we get a video from earlier in the day with where we see Ricky Starks with security in the ring, and then we see Powerhouse, Will Hobbs, and Hook, Taz's son, and he's coming out. He's like, I can, I need security because Brian can't do it, you know, and I'm not medically cleared. He's like, my neck. Blah, blah, blah. And then comes out. And it's like, we're not doing this right now. It's like, look what you're doing. You're embarrassing us. You know, this is nonsense. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why did you have this segment? What is? So Ricky says Brian Cage is the one that's embarrassed. And if he has to get ready for the TW title match next week, he'll do that. And he says that he'll beat Brian Cage and hold the champion like an FTW like champion or whatever he meant. And he says where he comes from, the W stands for wife. So obviously making fun of Brian Cage's smoking hot wife, Melissa Santos. You know, I hit it first. But it is what. Actually, to be honest with you there, Brian, Ray Phoenix hit it first. If you follow Lucha Underground, that's where they met, by the way. Brian Cage and Melissa Santos, that's where that's where they met, and then a couple years later they had a baby, and then they get married, and everybody's happy except this guy. Brian Cage stole my woman. He stole Ray Phoenix's chick. Then he stole my chick. But she's still my sixth wife. But it is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. So Melissa, hi. Zuzu, why? I'm busy right now. All right, I'll be right back. Huh? No, it's still a little hot. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The what? God, I hate this woman. So lazy you are. Such a woman. Ah! 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 What? I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. Miss Gilmore, I'm busy. Yes, I'll be right back. A third time. What do you want for my life? You can't close it? Please. You know what? Hopefully no more interruptions from the gallery. All right, that's all I got to say about that. And we'll move on from there. Yeah, exactly, Nick. Exactly. The ball and chain. 13 goddamn years. Why me, God? Why? That's why God's punishing me. Anyway, enough about that. Bullshit. Let's move on. All right, so like I was saying, back to Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. So Ricky comes out, kind of, he's like, I'm not making it clean. He's like, ah, my neck. And he gets the security guard. Taz like, you're embarrassing me. And Stark's like, well, Brian Cage is the one that is the embarrassing one. Now, if I have to have security to get ready for my FTW title match next week, that's what I'm going to do. And where I come from, the W stands for wife, meaning fuck that wife. So kind of a dig at Melissa Santos, Brian Cage's hot wife. And in my back in my day, when you talk about somebody's wife, you're going to get an ass whooping. So on cue, Brian Cage comes out, chases Ricky off, but beats the crap out of security, and that's it. So we're gonna see Ricky Starks. He's gonna be medically cleared to fight Brian Cage next week for the FTW title. It's finally gonna be defended. I think this is the second defense. I think it's the second time that Brian Cage has actually defended the belt, and he's gonna lose it. As much as I want him to win it, but yeah. I mean, really, if he basically, personally, I don't care who wins this match. I don't care. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, this belt's not gonna get defended. It's gonna become like all the other belts in in wrestling that mostly don't get defended every week or every pay-per-view or whatever. There's going to be another prop. I think Ricky Starks is going to get the belt, bring it back to Team Taz, and then Starks is probably going to lose it to somebody we don't even give two craps about. Just don't give it to Aleister Black. Tommy. Don't give it to Andrade. That'll be a world title for them. Give them the TNT or the AEW world title. Not a ridiculous belt that used to be, that wasn't really defended much in ECW either. It was just a belt that freaking Taz made when he won the world title. And then Sabu won it. And then I think Bam Bam Bigelow won it. No, wait. No, not. No, then Sabu won it. That's got back. And really, we didn't see the FTW title anymore because I kind of changed it back to the ECW title. It is what it is. That's that. All right, so we'll see that match at Fyter Fest next week. That's all I gotta say about that. So pretty okay segment. Gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get to our next match, a mixed tag team match. We had the Bunny and the Blade and her boy toy, Pepper Parks, otherwise known as Blade, or Braxton Sutter, whatever you want to call him. They're actually really married. So they team up against Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander. So they are. They beat 2. It is what it is. Aubrey Edwards has to check the Blade because the last couple of weeks Allie has given the Blade the Blade the brass knucks, and he's knocked out Orange Cassidy cold 2 weeks in a row. So Chris Statlander's like, let's check him for weapons. Let's see. So Aubrey has to do the pat down, and then she checks in his knee pads, and she's like, oh, what's this? No. So she finds it. She takes it out of the ring. And while that's going on, Allie starts yelling at Orange Cassidy. She's about to slap him. He goes, puts his hand in his pants. Then he does the lazy kicks of doom. And he's getting ready for the lazy super kick. And everybody goes, oh, but he doesn't do it. And then now he's like, yeah. And then she leaves the ring, tags in the Blade, who comes in at the bell, and gets taken down the same way. And then OC goes for a beach break, but it's kind of early. And then I think I think the Blade tried for a tornado DDT. That was too early, meaning Orange Cassidy got planted with a power slam by the Blade. And that's that. But OC comes back with the Stundog Millionaire to Bunny has to come in. It's like, in AEW, it's the same rules and in TNA, and I guess in all men can't hit women. I mean, in general, but wrestling, that's traditional. Come on, we've seen that a lot, but the commission fucks it up. Nick knows what I'm talking about. Nick knows. I think it was at a Tier 1 show or a WOW show. It was Jesse Bonesaw Brooks. Again, who was she facing? She's facing some guy. I don't remember his name. And you had Chris. Can I say his name? Because, for privacy purposes. But Ref Kid Chris was in the ring, and he used to referee a lot of Jesse Brooks matches. I think they won out at one point. But anyway, they're about to have the match, and then the freaking douchebag from commission is like, nope, we're not having this. So match gets called off, and then freaking Chris Lavin goes on a freaking tirade. I think Nick was at this show. I think he was. And if he wasn't, he should have. So Chris, Ref Kid Chris goes on a big tirade about the commission. Right? He starts, he cuts a shoot, and then I'm on the side of the ring. I think it was on a show in November, I think, like a couple years ago. And I'm like on this side of the ring. Ring's like right here. I'm on this side, front row, of course, because I'm Mr. VIP. And I just blurt out, "Fuck the commission!" And then next thing you know, we get the chant "F the commission." Next thing, and then you know what happens after that? They had the match, thanks to me. So you can thank me for that one. But it is what it is. But like I said, I don't know if Nick was there or not, or if he even remembers it. But I do. I think it was a Tier 1 show or a WOW show. I'm pretty sure it was a Tier 1 show. I think it was like 2-3 years ago. In Brooklyn, by the way. It was right near the main event, too. And like, oh, we're not going to do this. And then they stop it, and then later on they had the match. Because I don't know if it was Dennis Long or it was Joey B that went to the commission and said, what are you doing? Give the people what we want. This is what we advertised. Gotta give the people what they want, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. But, if this is the way it is, with mixed tag team matches and any promotion, I guess we're gonna have to live with it. Like Ric Flair says, you may not like it, but you gotta learn to love it. Or as the Macho Man Randy Savage, used to say, you may not like it, but best accept it. Well, yeah, you did. Those are two great lines, by the way. You may not like it, but you have to accept it. And you may not like it, but you may not like it, but learn to love it, by Ric Flair. So many great lines back in the day. But it is what it is. So anyway, after Orange Cassidy, I lost my spot. After the Slumdog Millionaire takes the Blade down, come in, he hits a running knee. The Statlander gets back up and starts chopping Ali in the corner, which sets up a delayed vertical suplex, flipping like for it, missed, and Ali sends her into the rope. We take Statlander hits a spin for a near fall, but Ali comes back, catches her with a German suplex off the ropes, and then she tags in the Blade. The Blade was about to face off with the resident space alien Chris Statlander, but Orange Cassidy had to come in as he was crossbody, and then a spinning DDT for a near fall. And then Ali gets knocked off the apron, and then Statlander busts out a 450, or as they call it, Area 51. I guess because he's an alien. Yeah, Area 451 in New Mexico. Anyway, gave Cassidy a nail as Ali made the save, and then while Statlander was trying, Aubrey Edwards was trying to get him out. This is just another set of brass knocks. And then he loads up, boom, hits Cassidy with it, knocks him silly, knocks him right out. But somehow Statlander tags herself in as Blade was trying her, and Aubrey's like, no, you're not the legal man. There's the bunch come in, and see her as her hit Theory, not the show, but she hits her finishing move, Big Bang Theory, 1, 2, 3. They get the win in about an 8.5 minute match, and that's pretty much it. So that's that. So I gave that match 2.5 out of 5 stars, and the ever-growing Hardy family office best friends feud continues on. You have the added, added elements of Christian Cage, TH2, Private Party, Luchasaur, Luchasaur's Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt, Jurassic Express, blah blah blah. So that's still, I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. So like I said, 2.5 stars for that, and that's it. All right, we're almost done. We're just almost done. All right, then we go to a video from earlier in the day. We see Joy Jack Perry get a nice trophy for being AEW to hit 50 wins, 5-0. Hit 50 wins. So congratulations to Mr. Perry. So not only does he get a trophy, he has another trophy at home, and it's with that hot piece of ass, Anna Jay. Oh my God. He just swooped in and took Stu Grayson's chick. Lucky, he's a lucky man. Both of them in their 20s, so lucky. Was Jungle Boy got his gym, and he's getting that sweet poo-tang as well. It is what it is. All right, so I didn't rate that second. All right, we got Dan Lambert from the MMA world of his top team, and a huge wrestling fan with a great belt collection. If you never saw that before, go look it up. I think he was on. No, was he on? I don't think he was on hitting the WWE or something like that. I don't think he was. I could be wrong. Anyway, so he's in the ring, and he's like, "Thank you." He praised Tony. Thank you. I was glad to come here. I wanted to watch some wrestling, but I didn't agree to it. I didn't agree to do an interview. And he's all alone in the ring while Jorge Masvidal, that's his name. I couldn't think of his name, before I wrote my notes. And Amanda. That's the slang version. Amanda Nunes, the cyborg, or in the crowd looking at him like, "Oh, this is great." It's like, "This is great, yeah." So anyway, he says he wasn't happy because AEW sucks. So kind of cutting a heel promo, if you will. He says AEW sucks. If he wanted to enjoy some wrestling, it would mean watching tapes from Championship Wrestling from Florida from the 70s and the 80s. Not that I watched any of them. So he like runs off people like Dusty Rhodes and Megan Dream, and some other people that wrestle for them and stuff like that. I think he meant like Johnny Valentine or people. I couldn't remember all the names. They ran them all down. Blah, blah, blah. And he says the sad truth is that wrestling has gone downhill since the late 1990s, and basically the product's unwatchable. Well, if you watch WWE, that's unwatchable. And then he mentions that Tony Khan told him that he's wrong because AEW has something for every style, whether it be Japanese strong style, lucha libre. The fans have it all. And what makes it even better is that the fans are back, of course. Fans make everything better. So he says that, and he's like, well, no, Tony's right. But this is all, basically cutting a heel promo, just bashing AEW like he's some WWE, Lambert, Dan Lambert, like a 50-some-odd-year-old guy portraying a 12-year-old. AEW sucks. Kenny Omega can't draw. Yeah, that's why they got 862,000 views last week. He can't draw. Oh, he can't draw in Impact. That's why he only got 69,000 views. The night Impact's on, first of all. Thursday night. It's on night, I think. Not that I'm watching it, because I don't have it. TV, I don't have it. Not in the package I have, which sucks. So I have to the Impact YouTube channel to get all the highlights. But yeah, 69 viewers on Access TV, which if you have Dish is the only way you can watch it, because you don't get it on Optimum TV. And you don't get it on Spectrum or Comcast or whatever cable company you have. You have the rich man's Dish. You get, so unless you watch it on Impact Plus or wherever you watch it from, on stream or wherever, watch wrestling or wherever you watch Impact from. But yeah, 69,000 viewers, not so good for Impact. Even though the products, the ratings stink, and you can't really, can't blame the product. Can't blame Scott D'Amore. I mean, you can't really blame Tommy Dreamer because he's the so-called guy from Anthem Sports now. Anthem named him like an ambassador or some shit. Now that Don Callis got fired from Impact. I mean, you can't blame the company. You can't blame Scott D'Amore. You can't really blame Anthem Sports because they're basically saving TNA from going out of this. And you can't blame Access TV either. Like I said, Access TV is a channel that only people that have Dish have it, or DirecTV. I mean, Impact hit it big when they were on Spike, and then they left Spike to go to. Where did they go after that? They went to. Did they go to Pop first, or did they go to Destination America first? I think it was one of the. But they didn't really do good to America like Ring of Honor did, and so they took them off that. They went to Pop, had a little bit of success there for years, which nobody has. This guy with the rich man's cable, but they didn't get any good ratings there. They went to Twitch. They started getting okay, but now I don't even know what the ratings are for Twitch. And now they're on a semi what do you call it? Semi-known network as Access TV because they did New Japan and the other version of WW, the women's version show with Tessa Blanchard. I just hope that Access TV doesn't kick them off. I mean, I think they kicked off. The last time I had Access TV was when they had New Japan and the lady show after that, MMA show after that. I haven't watched Access TV, so I don't even know New Japan's still on the channel. And if it is, it is. But I would not be surprised if TV says, you know what, you're not getting us good ratings on Thursday night. We're not going to move you to another Wednesday night or Friday night. What are you going to do? Access TV is going to say, oh, we're going to put you on Saturday night. Ratings still going to suck because nobody's going to watch on Saturday night. Because most of their events, like most of their mini pay-per-views, are on Saturday night. So they can't go to Saturday night. With a live show or tape show. Where they tape show, but I mean, if they could Saturday night, just do it. They can't even do that because, like I said, they have pay-per-views on Saturday nights. So they can't do it. So they have to stay on Thursday nights because they're fucked either way. Wherever night they're screwed. So it looks like Access TV might give them the good old Spanish Archer and say, you know what, you out of here. And then, Scott D'Amore and Anthem Sports have to look for another major TV deal. And right now, I don't know who can get them at this point. Who would want Impact right now? FX? Because everybody has FX. All the major cable companies have FX. Want to go to WGN? You can do that too. Or go to ESPN. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, they're probably going to be off Access TV, I would say, by the end of the year at this rate. If they keep getting 69,000 views. I mean, I don't know what was on that night. to get 69,000 views. When you got great talent in that company, like, you know, Valerie Sky, you know, my demon bride, who's going to be going to AEW pretty soon. And you got Su Yung, another person who come over to AEW. And Deonna Purrazzo, you know. Probably the whole company, you know, can just get bought out by Tony Khan. And just put, you know, the big time stars you put on Dynamite, and then most of the women you have to split up on the dark or Elevation, or on Rampage, or you put some, you know, like Deonna Purrazzo, you can't put her on dark. You got to put her on the main show. Su Yung, you got to put her on the main show. Rosemary, got to put her on the main show. Jordynne Grace, got to put her on the main show. Everybody else, like Kimberly and Tennille Dashwood, you can put them on the B show. Kiera Hogan and what's her name? Tasha Steelz and Rachel Ellering, you can put them on the B show. But at this rate, you know, if they don't get a major TV deal, they keep going the way they're going. Now, for the first time in like many years, we can see a company just fall apart, and everybody just, you know, the company folds, and everybody goes either to AEW, to go to Ring of Honor, go to Japan, or they go to WWE and get buried. Or if they go to WWE, they'll get buried. I think everybody should just go to AEW. Tony Khan's got more money than Vince McMahon, so. But you know, the big time stars like Rosemary and Su Yung and maybe Deonna Purrazzo and Jordynne Grace, they'll probably get a call from Vince, and, you know, hopefully they tell Vince to, you know, shut up. I don't want your money. But that's all I got to say about that. But we'll see what happens. And that's that. So anyway, so he talks about, you know, about that, and you know, AEW has something for every style. The fans make it even better. He says Tony Khan's right. He said this is awful. And then on cue, Lance Archer, the Murder Hawk, comes out, and he comes out with a purpose. You know, he like pushes Dan Lambert, and then we have Jake Roberts looking on like doing this. And he's like, he can't do anything. He's like, you're gonna stop Lance Archer? Really? You're like, what, 70 years? You know, almost around 70. You think you're gonna stop a madman like him? I mean, it is what it is. So he comes out and like punches Lambert right in the mouth, knocks him silly. Then he puts him on the top rope. Then he picks him up in the reverse, Razor's Edge. Then he flips him over into a blackout, lays him out. And that's it. So Lambert gets knocked out, and Amanda Nunes and Jorge Masvidal just sit there, do nothing. Why not help your boy? Well, I'm just going to let him get his ass kicked. He deserved it. He didn't buy me dinner last night. I wanted to go to Cracker Barrel last night. He couldn't even pay for dinner. So yeah, so I don't know what this is leading to. Maybe something with MMA coming into AEW. I don't know. Maybe it's like a one night thing. I don't know. Hopefully it's just a one night thing. I don't want to see this continue. But yeah, that's that. And then Lambert was like, you know, he was praising that that UFC fight coming up with his name. What was that guy's name? Poirier. I don't know what his name is. He's taking on Conor McGregor again, I think for the second or third time. And he's saying like, oh, we're gonna watch Poirier knock Conor McGregor out again. I could care less about that fight. Because Conor McGregor's a douchebag. And that's all I can say about that. All right, let's move on from that. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. I really didn't care for that segment. just a filler segment to the main event. And now we get to the main event for the AEW tag team titles. We had Pentagon Zero and his buddy Eddie Kingston as they take on the AEW tag team champions for almost 300 days, the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson as they come out with Michael Nakazawa, who's in the crowd. And they come out with their stooge, Brandon Cutler, and as always, Doc Callis as he goes to commentary to piss off Tony Baloney. So the Bucks come out in jean shorts and they look like thugs. Look like they're actually about to get into a street fight. I called them on Twitter. I called when I saw the Young Bucks come out with their jean shorts and the bandanas, like they look like Tupac or something like that. I was like, here come the young gangsters. Kind of playing off, Mustafa and the late great New Jack, the white version of the gangsters, but less violent. It is what it is. So they come out, blah blah. The streamers go out. Don Callis on commentary to piss off freaking Tony Schiavone, blah blah blah. They go outside. They go outside to start fighting with Pentagon and Eddie Kingston. And then Nakazawa, he's trying to hold both Pentagon and Kingston up. And for his troubles, he gets a double super kick in the mush. So they knock him out, which allows Kingston and Pentagon to take over. They go back in. Brandon Cutler threatens to hit them with the cold spray. And then he gets threatened. He's like in the corner, like only does, with the spray. He's spraying. Like, hey, get away from me, cold spray. But then the Bucks come in. They lay both men out with some chair shots. And then the Bucks are sent into an open chair. Get some kicks. They take them down again. Then we get a modified what's up, which has Nick down, and it's time for a pair of tables. I'm surprised, Eddie didn't go all bully running. Go Pentagon, ese. I don't know how you say tables in Spanish, but get the tables, ese. I'll get you Taco Bell later. So bring out some tables. Matt goes after Penna, hits a Canadian Destroyer. Ouch. As we go to break, we come back with Nick hitting a swanton onto a trash can. On top of Eddie, he gets a new on that. We got a running cannonball by the Bucks, which rocks Eddie in the corner. But he gets back up, hits a half-and-half suplex to Nick. Then we get a rear naked choke on Matt, but Nick makes the save with a 450 on Rick Knox. Damn, Rick Knox is always getting beat up by the Bucks. Why? I mean, ever since PWG, he's always getting beat up by the Bucks in almost every match until he finally couldn't take it anymore and he started beating the Bucks up, which led to the Bucks losing a bunch, their tag team titles in one. I think it was a match. I think it was the titles or a match where Rick Knox, hit a double clothesline, just started hitting super kicks galore. I don't even remember what the name of that pay-per-view was. Not pay-per-view. What event was. I mean, it had a DVD. I just can't think of it. I'm not gonna go look for it. And speaking of PWG, they are coming back August 1st with their first event since basically the Battle of Los Angeles, like 2010. Well, I remember the last event they had before the pandemic ended, before the pandemic started, I should say. And they're coming back with Mystery Vortex. It's one of their main shows. So, but they usually have a surprise. So, could that surprise be Keith Lee? We'll see. All right. All right, I gotta get this done because we have much time left to stream on. Okay, on this channel. All right, so they hit the fourth. Nick hits Rick Knox with a 450, knocking him out. As Matt's tapping, but titles can't change because there's no ref. So Nick breaks it up. Then the Good Brothers come out, who basically could have came out at any time since it was a street fight, since it was legal. Brandon Cutler comes in as back, gets up on the apron with the cold spray. So Pentagon's shaking his head. Cutler misses the spray as Frankie Kazarian, the elite hunter, comes out, and he powerbombs Brandon Cutler through the other table that was at ringside. They hit the Fear Factor into a spinning back fist, which drops Matt. And then another referee comes out, and it looks like we're going to get new champs. But Nick comes in and makes the save. I think Kazarian drops Nick, but gets taken down by the Good Brothers. And then Eddie Kingston grabs a black bag. What do you think's in the bag? No, not glass like Abyss used to do. But as always, you have a black bag or a brown bag. You have thumbtacks in it. So he takes it out, pours it around on the mat. Matt then picks picks him in Eddie's face. That's gonna be, that's gonna hurt, especially if one gets right in your eye. Oh! Penta then breaks up a power bomb on the Tax with a trash can to the head before going up top with Nick. I thought they were gonna hit maybe Spanish Fly onto the Tax or something like that, some big time move. But Nick hits a super Hurricanrana, which sends Pentagon into the Tax. So he's out, and then they pick up Eddie and shove. Eddie shows Matt into a cover for the save. Then we get a double super kick on Eddie. They put the Tax in Eddie's mouth. They double super kick him. He just went. Bleh! Somebody's been watching Ring of Honor tapes. So they add that, and 1, 2, 3. The Bucks retain. Pretty decent match. I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. Could have almost went 4, but it wasn't violent enough for me, but it is what it is. So the Bucks retain again, and with help from Nakazawa and Gallows and Anderson, the Elite, and Brandon Cutler, blah blah blah. So that's pretty much it for that. And that's it for Dynamite last night. So I gave Dynamite pretty good rating, 8.25 out of 10 stars. For the night. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments, or you can hit me up via social media or do a video reply if you wish. And don't forget to continue to subscribe to my channels, follow me on social media, the channels, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to hit the bell, get notified of when I do a video, because you'll miss out. And that's it. All right, let's quickly get to the chat before I mention my final thing, and this. A couple of things with WWE, but we get that. I gotta go way back. Okay, Nick's talking about the exploding barbed wire match, the second one that might be happening soon, as Tony Khan has kind of gave his approval to it. Nick says maybe they can learn from their past mistake and give us a better one. Hopefully, but if they do a second one, just be for comedy relief, But we'll see. Nick says, isn't Conan another AEW hater? I don't know. I don't know about that. You have to ask Conan that one. With Aleister Black and AEW, Zelina is going to get the same treatment as Lana. Yep. Especially with that unionization tweet that she took down. But I think it's a little bit too late now. That Zelina, she got the treatment last Friday on SmackDown. She lost to Liv Morgan in her comeback match. So, yeah, nice way to, it's like, oh, we're bringing back Zelina Vega. Yeah, everybody's happy. Yeah, she loses. Man, yeah, we told you so. Hate to say we told you so, but we told you so. Like both of us mentioned about Tommy Ann coming in the company. Charlotte Flair to AEW. I don't think Vince would give her up. He's gonna milk the out of her horse on the horse face. Probably, but yeah, I heard something that Charlotte's in a little bit of water, in a little bit of hot water because of that that picture she took with Andrade in the gym where Andrade's wearing the AEW hat, she's wearing a WWE hat, so she got into a little bit of trouble with that. So it is what it is. So we'll see. But Andrade wants to bring in Los Ingobernables back into AEW. He wants it to have Charlotte, Shinsuke Nakamura, and I think I forget who else, but that's that. 3 count, like we mentioned before, in WCW with Evan Courageous and company. The original 3MB without the air guitars and shit. There were jobbers too. Zelina's gonna get sent to Titus Catering. Just wait. Yeah, she's already there. She's there. Yeah, I know about that. Sadly, it is what it is. Nick says, like I said, Zelina in Money in the Bank, she gets buried. Yeah, she didn't win. They just had to bring her back so they can have some people from SmackDown in the Money in the Bank besides Carmella. Because you can't put Bianca in there because she's facing Bayley, so those two are out. So who do you got left besides Liv Morgan, who's going to get in probably this week or next week? So you got Asuka, Naomi, Lexi, Nikki Ash, Carmella, Zelina Vega, Liv Morgan, and number 8 will be the boss, Sasha Banks. On the July 16th episode, that'll probably be Sasha. When Sasha comes back, she'll say, I'm going to win Money in the Bank. I never won it before. I'm going to win it, and I'm going to cash in on whoever is the women's champion and get my women's champion back that I should have never lost. So that's how it's going to be. Don't be surprised. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Zelina goes to Titus. Hopefully, Impact get a good TV deal, or else they may end up gone by 2022. Yeah, they'll probably be gone by 2022. And that's it. Impact Wrestling, a company that Jarrett's built in the 2000s, gone. Yeah, the little company that could have, haven't we said that Impact was going to die since like 2014? And they keep coming back because they got saved by Billy Corgan. They got saved by Jeff Jarrett at one point with Global Force Wrestling, which is nothing anymore. So that ended. So Jeff Jarrett's little promotion he had, Global Force Wrestling, was basically nothing. So Impact might be, nothing. So Jerry and Jarrett, the company that they built in the 2001, bye-bye. 20 great years down the drain after that. We'll see. But hopefully some big cable company gets them. But we'll see. And where was I? Oh, here we are. They would be smart to not sign with WWE. The Impact Wrestling. Yeah, I would go to WWE. Even Vince gave me like a 5-year, $50 million deal. I wouldn't go. I'm not going to work for Vince. Because they'll just be in NXT anyway. Most of them are not going to go to the main roster. They'll all be in NXT. So Hunter and Sean can mold them. And then they do good. Vince wants them. And then Vince gives them the golden shovel and sends them to Titus Catering. Or released. So they'll probably go back. But yes. Unless they want to end up at Titus Catering, yeah. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Don't be surprised if WWE buys Impact. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Didn't they buy the Impact library already? Don't they have the tape library? No. Especially when Joe and Bobby Roode and Sting and AJ, when they did all those DVDs, they had to use some stuff from Impact. And I think Sting and Kurt Angle. So I think they do have the tape library. I'm not sure on that, but it is what it is. That's it. All right. Nick, thank you as always for coming in. One of my big supporters. Who's you only get one view is always him. So what? So what? At least I get more people in my stream than you do, losers. But that's all I got to say about that. So Nick, as always, thank you for coming in. Talk some wrestling as always, and some history and all that good shit. And that's it. All right. So thank you all for watching. Quickly, I want to bring up. I was going to do a separate video, but I already put up so much content on this channel already in the last couple of days. Do we really need another separate video for this? But it is what it is. So I'm going to end off with this. WWE Raw got the lowest rating in their history, 1.47 million views from Monday Night Raw this past Monday night. Their lowest rating ever. They get the Nelson laugh on that one. So yeah. So WWE be dying and AEW be flying. And like I said, I don't know what the results, the ratings were for NXT and Dynamite yet. I'll probably find out after I do this video because I gotta finish eating and I want to watch some TV. Then maybe take a nap. It's 10 o'clock. Almost 10 o'clock. I really got nothing to do. It is what it is. So yeah, so Raw gets the lowest rating ever. I can only imagine what next week's gonna be. Instead of getting 1.47, I get 1.37 or 1.30. The ship is sinking. Pretty soon, they'll be getting like Impact numbers. There are gonna be 69,000 people watching Raw on Monday night. And boy, will Vince be pissed then. If he's not pissed now. It is what it is. All right, so that's it. Thank you all for watching. And yes, Nick, it was a nice troll-less night. But I'm sure they'll be watching this after, give me the dislikes and everything, and bash both of us. But it is what it is, because that's all they can do. That's all they can do. Make fake accounts to mass dislike. Because they can't really, they can't leave a comment because they're blocked. And they get pissy because they're blocked. But it is what it is. Oh, you can't get more than 5 views in a stream. I don't care how many viewers I have. If it's just me and Nick shooting the shit, that's fine and dandy by me. I don't care. Doesn't matter if I have one person or I have 100 people. I have 1,000 people. I don't care. It'd be nice to get, if I ever happen to get 350 people for like a pay-per-view review. It is what it is. One day we'll get back up there. But I'm fine with the way it is right now. That's it. If you don't like it, kiss my rosy red sexy Italian behind. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, thank you all for watching. Nick, once again, thank you for watching. We had a lot of streams today, so why not have another one? So probably have more coming up. The night is still young. It's almost 10 o'clock, so who knows between now and the end of the night, depending where you are. Probably have 50 more freaking streams going on. And that's all I gotta say about it. So Nick, adios, my friend, and hopefully we'll see you again on my next stream, whatever that might be. Probably be tomorrow, because I don't think I'm gonna do another one tonight. I was gonna do another one on the TTC Reborn channel, because I don't have much time on here. Like I said, just do like a quickie stream on TTC Reborn talking about the whole thing, the whole war that happened last night with Chase and Dark Horse and Will and Hangman Charlie coming back. Well, can't even call him Charlie, Hangman Charlie no more. You have to call him Chayton now. That's his real name. So they went at it for like almost 3 hours, back and forth. Charlie wanted to come clean about what happened and why he got basically blackballed from YouTube. So he wanted to come back and explain himself, and basically did not explain himself. He was just chasing clout, and he wanted to make it a chill stream. And nobody's gonna watch now, because he's basically the most hated man in what you call it, in YouTube, and that's all I gotta say about that. So I'll talk about that at another time. But right now, thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore, signing off. Peace out, rock on. If you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. And I'm out. Peace, bitches.